For my business idea, I came up with a cat cafe, similar to a cafe but with the added element of cats. So it would be just like a normal coffee shop where you could go in and drink coffee and have baked goods, but there's also cats for you to play with and pet. So the cats that you see in the cafe are actually available for adoption. I would find cats who are in need of homes from shelters, and I would make sure that they were up to date on all of their shots and allow the public to just play with them and develop relationships with them before adopting them. So this would be good for the cats and the people because it would provide these pets with a home and with owners, and it would also give lonelier people a cat to have in their life. These kinds of cafes often have a service fee, like an hourly fee on top of the price of, the items on their menus. They have an hourly fee to actually play with the cats. So that would be two kinds of service revenue coming in, because there would be the revenue from the items that I would offer on my menu and the revenue from the hourly fee. For the menu items, I wanted to focus on coffees. I wanted there to be lattes, frappes, macchiatos. I also wanted to have seasonal drinks like pumpkin spice lattes or some kind of summer drink. I wanted there to be baked goods. I really wanted to have a focus on homemade baked goods that were made at the restaurant with me and the help of my employees and bakers. I wanted to have things like cupcakes, muffins, cookies, cinnamon rolls, different kinds of cakes, and I just wanted to make it as homemade as possible. My cafe would be satisfying the need for people to go and play with pets for a while without actually having to commit to adopting them. Some people can't have these pets in their lives. Maybe they can't afford them, or they can't take care of them long term. Maybe they're staying someplace like an apartment building where pets aren't allowed. There'd be a lot of reasons that people wouldn't be able to have pets and would want to come into the cafe and play with those animals. This business would be helpful with uniting people with cats, and I wanted to target the business towards cat lovers. My target audience would be people who have a little bit of extra money to spend on like good coffee, a little bit pricier coffee, not too expensive, but since the baked goods and everything would be homemade and it's kind of a smaller business. And also my target audience would really value animals. They would value cats a lot. I would want to have a lot of cat imagery in my advertising, like my logo and my sign. I would definitely want to have a lot of cats present just on all of my signs so that I would attract cat people. I wanted to do a lot of advertising on social media sites such as Instagram. Sites like Instagram allow a space to post updates about the business, post any new items that are coming onto the menu, even advertise events that are happening. And they also allow a space for your customers to provide you with feedback. The customers can comment on things they like about your business, or maybe tell you things that they want you to change. And it just lets you build a deeper relationship with your customers because they have a place to provide you with feedback. I would also want to make sure that I had a good functional website for people to visit. Some of my competitors in the coffee industry would of course be the bigger coffee chains, for example, Starbucks or Big Coffee. They have a very established customer base. They have loyal customers that have been coming to their business and buying drinks for years. And they are also very successful businesses that are able to afford the newest innovations. They can afford the newest machines. to make their coffees and stuff and the newest ingredients. And whenever there's a drink trend that comes out, they're able to participate. That's something that a smaller business would kind of struggle with. And another competition would be local competition, like Jackson Coffee Company. As far as cat cafes, the closest cat cafe that I found was Constellation Cat Cafe, which is in East Lansing, which is like 45 minutes away. So there aren't any cat cafes in Jackson. It would be more of a unique experience to come into mind, and that's why I think it would be a good reason to open one up in Jackson, because there aren't any here. For my business, I would have competitive pricing. I would definitely price items lower than a place like Starbucks. It would probably be a little more expensive than Jackson Coffee Company, but I think still a little cheaper than Starbucks. A lot of their drinks, like their large drinks, can come out to be like $9, even $10. So it would definitely be less expensive than that. But there would also be the added unique element at my place of cats. In a normal coffee shop, you can't just go in and play with cats. That's something that's unique to my kind of business. So places like Starbucks and Big B can't offer that. Overall, my business would help people to be less lonely. It would just aid them and provide comfort. They could just go and pet cats for a little while and have a soothing experience without actually having to take care of a pet and take on the responsibility full time. However, they could also potentially adopt the pets, which would be really good for them as well. And I would also be taking, stray cats and cats that don't have homes and giving them care and daily socialization. I would make sure that they had people watching over them all the time and that they had all of their needs met and they had all of their shots and everything. So I would be taking these animals and providing them a home. And I think this business could be profitable because it intersects two different really big interests that people have. People are very big into animals, whether it's cats or dogs. People usually have a preference for one of them, and a lot of people are cat people. They like cats, and a lot of people around here like coffee. I currently work in the food service industry at a restaurant, and people order coffee all the time. There are people that literally just come in and sit and drink coffee for hours. So that also kind of inspired this business idea, going into work every day and seeing people just really love coffee. It's a great place to open a cafe. My business model changed throughout me conducting customer interviews. I conducted a lot of interviews with actual customers at my job, and I just asked them their opinion on like a fake business that I was doing that isn't actually opened,